Dear students, in one of my previous lectures, we discussed definition and several important problems based over vector space. In today's lecture, we will discuss vector subspace along with theory and one important example. First of all, let's talk about definition of vector subspace. For defining a vector subspace, we have to talk over a vector space in background. Say VF, like we discussed in that previous lecture of vector space, VF is a vector space. Then we take a non-void subset, because in that VF we know that V is a certain non-void set. So we take a non-void subset W of that set V, which is a subspace of V if that W itself becomes a vector space over F. That means a part of set of vector space is taken and that itself becomes vector space over the same field. Then we say that this W is vector space over F, although for the operations for which VF is a vector space, same operations are required for WF to be a vector subspace of VF. But important thing is, should we go through this whole process to check that W itself is a vector space over F or not? Or for checking vector subspace, we can have some other idea. Then it is given there. An important theorem is defined. The necessary and sufficient condition for a non-void subset W of vector space VF to be a subspace of VF is, that is, you must take two elements from that field F, two elements from that subset W, subset of V, alpha beta are the elements, and A, B and alpha beta are clubbed in this combination A alpha plus B beta. If that combination belongs to that subset W of V, then we can say W is a vector subspace of V. It's very important result to remember, can be utilized in further theory and practical part of subspace. Let's discuss one very important theorem based over intersection. Say the statement, the intersection of two subspaces W1 and W2 of a vector space VF, that is vector space is all given in background and two of its subspaces are defined W1 and W2. W1 and W2 are subspaces of VF. Then their intersection will also be a subspace of same vector space VF. That's what we have to prove. And for proving it, we will discuss the previous slides very important theorem which I just told before, that it will play an important role in all theory and practical part of subspace. How we start? We start that 0 belongs to W1 and 0 belongs to W2. Why? Because W1 itself is a vector subspace, so itself is a vector space. Same can be said for W2, and addition and multiplication are the basic operations there for which these space and subspaces are defined, and identity element of addition must be an element of V, W1 and W2, for it has to be vector space and W1 and W2 have to be subspaces. That's why 0 belongs to both W1 W2. If belongs to both, that means it belongs to its intersection also. So W1 and intersection W2 can't be phi. Now we take two elements alpha and beta as elements of W1 intersection W2. That means these two elements which are elements of intersection, that is in common part of W1 W2, must belongs to W1 and W2 separately also. So alpha beta belongs to W1 and alpha beta belongs to W2. Correct it as W2. Since W1 and W2 are subspaces, therefore for any A comma B belongs to F, we are using the definition of subspace as per previous slide, bottom half of previous slide. A B belongs to F and alpha beta, as we know, that belongs to W1 and W2. So using that, A alpha plus B beta belongs to W1 and A alpha plus B beta belongs to W2. Why? Because W1 itself is a subspace and W2 itself is a subspace. So we are using that definition of subspace as per bottom of our previous slide. And if A alpha plus B beta belongs to W1 W2 separately, that means it obviously belongs to their intersection. So A alpha plus B beta belongs to W1 intersection W2. So we took A B belongs to F and alpha beta belongs to W1 intersection W2, and by that we got A alpha plus B beta belongs to W1 intersection W2. So by the definition or that important theorem, again I am mentioning of previous slide, bottom of our previous slide, as per that W1 intersection W2 becomes a subspace of V have. So that is, if W1 and W2 are separate subspaces of a vector space, then their intersection will always be a subspace of same vector space. Let's talk over one more important theoretical part. In previous slide we discussed intersection of two subspaces. Here we are discussing union of two subspaces. And it's not true like previous slide or previous theorem where intersection of two subspaces was again a subspace of a vector space, but in case of union the statement is like that the union of two subspaces of a vector space Vf is not necessarily of subspace of Vf, means it may be a subspace, union may be a subspace of the vector space or may not be. And we are discussing one very important practical part of it. One example is taken using which we will say that union of two separate subspaces will not be a subspace of the vector space, for which we are taking W1 and W2 as two sets of triplets defined as W1 A00 where A belongs to R and W2 0B0 where B belongs to R. And it is easy to say practically to prove that these two are subspaces of vector space V3R. V3R means in V3R again there will be elements like triplets, normally say A comma B comma C, where ABC belongs to set of real numbers. But here we have to talk about the union. W1 union W2 means alpha, where alpha can be A00 or 0 or, because union is there, 0B0 type of element. And we are saying that it's not a subspace of V3R. How? We are using that standard definition which we discussed in initial slides of this lecture. Alpha is A00 belongs to W1 union W2, beta 0 B0 belongs to their union. So we say alpha and beta both belongs to this union, and PQ in place of A comma B, they are used in the problem. So A comma B are elements of field. Field is a set of real numbers. So A P comma B belongs to R. So what we need to prove for finally saying that W1 union W2 is subspace, it can be only said if we prove that P alpha plus Q beta belongs to W1 union W2. So we are taking that P alpha plus Q beta, it is P into alpha, alpha means A00 plus Q into beta means 0B0. It simply becomes PA comma QB belongs to 0, and it's not element of W1 union W2, which was to be the case for W1 union W2 to be a subspace, but it's not element. Why? Because W1 union W2 or elements in that are of this type, either A00 or 0B0, but it's having PA comma QB, means either first element is non-zero remaining are 0, or second non-zero remaining are 0. But here we are having first and second both are non-zero and only third one is 0. That's why it's not element of W1 union W2. So it's an important problem where we took an example to prove that union of two subspaces of a vector space need not necessarily be a subspace of same vector. Now we talk about one very important example. Prove that the set W equals to AB0 where AB are elements of field F is a subspace of vector space V3F. And we know that first slide's important theorem. So V3F is also defined as ABC. ABC belongs to F. It's a standard definition of V3F. And W, what is given to us, we are taking that. Now obviously W is subset of V3F. First of all, it has to be subset, then we will talk about possibility of subspace, because AB0 is obviously a subset of ABC. Fine. Now we take two elements alpha beta of W. Alpha is A1 B1 0 and beta A2 B2 0, and P comma Q are two elements of field F, then we have to check P alpha plus Q beta is element of W or not. That will show is it subspace or not. So P alpha plus Q beta is P into this alpha plus Q into that beta, what we assumed as alpha beta, and then we are simplifying it's PA1 PB1 comma 0 plus QA2 QB2 comma 0, then we are adding. Finally we can say it's element of W. Why? Because element of W type A comma B, A B both have to be elements of field, and here we know that P Q A1 A2 and they are this combination along with that other as all elements of field. That's why these combinations will also be element of field. We have discussed field in one of the previous lecture where we discussed vector space, so it can easily be understood that if these two are elements of field and third part is to be 0 for it belongs to be W as per the definition of W. So ultimately alpha and beta were taken as two elements of W and PQ taken as two elements of field, and then that combination P alpha plus Q beta came as element of W. So as per that important theorem of first slide, we can say that W is a subspace of vector space V3F.